Okay, welcome students. Lecture number 27. Continue for the previous class 4 variable and 3 variable K-maps. In the last class we have discussed sum of products and product of sums. In this class we will see what are the implicants. In the K-map we are saying that some of the implicants are available. We will see those implicants. So coming to here, the first one. Here we have two types of implicants are available. In this K-map we have two types of implicants. The first one prime implicants and second one essential prime implicants. So what is meant by prime implicant? What is meant by essential prime implicant? So let us see an example. Here the prime implicant definition we have written here. A group of square or rectangular made up of a bunch of the adjacent minterms which is allowed by definition of K-map are called prime implicants. That is all possible groups formed in a K-map. So it is very simple definition. When you have drawn this K-map, so check the possible groups. Check the possible groups. There is no that much of conditions here. If is there any chance to form a group, you have to form all groups. So see here there is a chance of grouping here. 3-2 we can make a pair, and 5-7 we can make a pair. 3-7 we can make a pair. So see here, first I have framed 3-2, right? 2-3 I have framed a group. That is the first minterm. And next 5-7. So this is another minterm. Next 3-7. Here we have three possible combinations of groups. Okay, so adjacent squares we have formed as a group, and these groups, all the possible groups are called prime implicants. This is very important, you have to remember. A group of square or rectangular made up of a bunch of the adjacent minterms. So this is a minterm, this is a minterm, this is a minterm, this is a minterm. So adjacent minterms generally formed as a group. Okay, so we have formed a group and it is allowed called prime implicants. So this definition is allowed as prime implicants. Okay, here now these three are called prime implicants. Okay, it may be there is no necessity of doing 3-7, but I am representing all the possible pairs, or all the possible quads, or all the possible arcs, whatever it may be. Each group we are calling as prime implicants. This is very important. Remember. Okay, next. What is the definition for essential prime implicants? Essential prime implicants. Coming to the definition of essential prime implicants, here these are those subgroups which cover at least one minterm that cannot be covered by any other prime implicant. Essential prime implicants are those prime implicants which always appear as final solution. So actually we have taken a condition. So these are the prime implicants are very important. Without these prime implicants there is no solution. So those type of prime implicants are called essential prime implicant. So see here 2-3 we have formed a group. 5-7 we have formed the group. So the first group, third group is very important. Now there is no necessity of doing 3 and 7 group. In the previous slide we have seen that we have formed 3 groups. In this 3 group there is no necessity of the 3 and 7 group, 3 and 7 pair. So for that reason we have removed that 3-7 group, and we shown that 1-3 is enough to get the solution. So by combining this 1 and 3 we are calling as essential prime implicants. This is 1 and 3 called as essential prime implicants. So it's very important and very simple concept. Prime implicants, all possible groups are called prime implicants. Essential prime implicants. So here the condition is each term it should cover at least once. There is no necessity of covering each element 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Okay, so each element at least it should cover one. Okay, for uncovered ones, and if is there any other one, if for forming that one you have to make a group. Okay, so these are the minimum groups, and these are very important groups. We are calling those groups are essential prime implicants. Hence in our solution we can reflect these values. So this is the essential prime implicants. Let us see one example. Here I have taken a 4 variable K-map. Here I have a 4 variable K map. In this I have framed a quad group with pink color and a pair group with a square color, with a blue color, and with a green color I have represented a individual min term. Okay, so in this, which one is called min term, which one is called essential prime implicant, which one is called prime implicant, that we will see now. So coming to here, the first one, here you take this green box. This green box is called min term, and this blue color box is called pair, and that pink color box is called essential prime implicant. So see here, the pink color quad is called prime implicant. Why? Because all the terms are covered at least once. Okay, so if you did that pink color group, there is no necessity of doing other groups. Okay, next, so the blue color one is prime implicants. When this essential prime implicants is available, there is no necessity of prime implicant. Okay, here the concept is prime implicants, essential prime implicant. When there is a possibility of essential prime implicant, then there is no necessity of doing that prime implicant. Blue color part is not necessary. So this green color is nothing but as it is a min term. Okay, it is the min term. Just we are knowing that information. Okay, so these are the prime implicants and essential prime implicants. Okay, thank you very much.